Do you know one of the reasons why I believe that we experience anxiety as men and deep anxiety, apart from medical reasons, one of the main reasons is because we're hiding something. We're afraid that something about us that we believe, that we don't want others to believe and see, will be revealed. So if there's a truth about us that we don't like or we don't think is going to be perceived very well, then we're going to hide it. And we're going to do everything possible to hide it. And so if we're living a life of trying to hide something, it's naturally going to bring us into anxiety. The anxiety, this constant fear of, will this be exposed? Can I actually be myself? Because if I do, then maybe this will be exposed, and then this might ruin my reputation. People might not accept me. They'll withdraw love. I'll lose something. I'll lose my position, whatever that might be. And this, whatever we're hiding, is usually, and I see in most men, and I've had this myself, is this feeling of being a fraud, feeling of being an imposter, feeling of I'm just not good enough, I'm worthless. And it sounds savage, but it's true. Us as men, we have a mild sense of this. We have an intense sense of this. We have all different of the spectrum, but we have some sort of flavor of being a fraud. And if we carry this around, then we're going to start acting inauthentically, and we're going to overcompensate and undercompensate as a result of it. So we're going to overcompensate things like people pleasing. We're going to be super nice. We're going to be the peacemakers. We're going to make sure that we perform. We're going to be high achievers so that whatever we're hiding is not exposed. On the flip side, we're going to underexpress. Okay, so what I mean by that is we're going to underexpress our anger, our frustration, our sadness, our truth, because that might expose something about us that we don't want others to see. So we go into this mode of perfectionism, creating this facade and mask to project an image into the world that we think will be accepted. And that is anxiety. That is just anxiousness trying to keep this mask up. And the more that we move further away from our true selves and live in this mask, the bigger the gap, the more anxiety that we feel. Because we're just in this constant fear of, I'm going to be exposed. I'm going to lose everything and people are going to find out what's really about me. So what the work here is for us as men is to meet that part of us, and that sucks. We've got to meet that part of us that believes he's a fraud, he's not good enough, he's worthless, whatever your language might be. We all have different language, but it's the same core wound, something that we developed as children, and we've got to meet that part. And meeting that part just looks like just sitting with the emotion of it and allowing yourself to feel it. So asking yourself, where am I? Where do I feel like I am an imposter? And insert that line, and experiencing that in the body, feeling it in the sensations in your chest, in your belly, in your shoulders, wherever it might be, and just sitting with it and allowing yourself to experience it and feel it. And usually what comes up is a lot of tension. And when you're feeling that tension, that will move into a little bit of grief. You'll have some emotion come up and you'll have flashes of memories. And it's in that state where we move from fear, because we're facing it now, to acceptance. As we face this part of us, we start to learn to accept it because we understand it. We understand it was a story that was given to us by someone a long, long time ago that's still playing out now, and we're believing that story. So when you choose to face it and just allow yourself to move through the emotion of it, acceptance comes in, compassion comes in. And when there's acceptance and there's compassion, then we get to start integrating it back into our life. And then own it. Hey, I felt like a imposter. I feel like a fraud right now going into this. Joke about it, make fun about it. I have an insecurity about this. Own these parts of you. Not in a way that's going to be, oh, like poor me, or it's going to be destructive to your job, your family, whatever that might be. But it's more so, yeah, I feel like a bit of a fraud right now in this. And you can make a joke about it. You can be light about it. Like there's something, I'm a bit anxious or insecure about my ability to speak up, or the tone of my voice, or how I look sometimes. and just own it and move forward. It's that little act of ownership brings you into authenticity, and authenticity is what people connect with you. They don't connect to this mask. They don't connect to this mask of perfection. They connect to the authentic you that is willing to go, hey, this is something I don't like about me, and I'm going to own it, and I'm just going to show it to you and just reveal a bit to you. And they're going to be like, wow, I can see myself in you. I can connect with you. Right? And that becomes, you become way more magnetic as a result, and watch your anxiety relieve itself. The moment we start to meet this part of ourselves that we're trying to hide, whether it's that voice, that imposter, that part of us that's a fraud, it could be something that we did. When we own that, then the anxiety will drop because we no longer have to hide it. And the more that you share it with a safe person, with a safe community, especially with a safe community of men, and start to introduce it into the world, then anxiety just falls away. And that actually becomes a strength because it becomes part of your story. And it's something that you get to own and share with, hey guys, I felt this and I owned it and now I'm here. It's all because I had the courage to face this. Anxiety, in a nutshell, is when we're trying to hide something about ourselves that we don't like and we don't feel is acceptable to others. The moment you choose to accept that and start to integrate into your everyday life is the moment the anxiety drops. And that anxiety and that ownership then turns into confidence, and it turns into you becoming an authentic and relatable human. I believe I'm a fraud deep down, and for me to out it like this is part of my process of owning this part of me. So I hope this inspires you to own that. Firstly, that you're not alone. If you think that you're a fraud, that you're not good enough, that you're worthless, we all have these beliefs. I run a men's group called the Ascension, and all these guys have beautifully owned their beliefs that they've been hiding in the group, and I've watched their confidence soar because of that very act. So if you're watching it, I hope it inspires you. I hope that you know that your anxiety can be relinquished, it can be dissolved. Again, there's medical reasons, but I guarantee if you look at where you're not being authentic to yourself, where you're hiding something, and if you own that and start to just let that out, watch your anxiety fall away. If you want to hear more of these stories, more of these tips, insights, I'm going to start rolling them out again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.